I am sick of this. Just sick of this, man. I knew this season was gonna be rough, but I'm just over it, man. Hit that intro. Wrong screen. There we go. All right, welcome to the Who Dat Weekly, everybody. The Saints fall to the Bears 26-14, and let me tell you, that game was just bad. It was bad to just begin with, man. I just don't. I can't say I just don't get it. This game was just terrible. There's really no explanation for this. That's all there really is to it. One second, I gotta find my thing here. Let's see. Is this it here? I can't tell. That must not be it. Let me try this one. Here we go. Yeah. What's up, Maggie? Hope you're doing well. Miss you on Twitter. But this game, man, was so... I think this was more infuriating than the Seattle game because this is the game that clearly the Saints lost on offense. This game was on off. This game, the blame goes to the offense today. The offense absolutely shot themselves in the foot, not once, not twice, but 4 times. And I'm talking about turnovers. Spencer Rattler, and this pains me to say after giving him so much praise last week, that Spencer Rattler had his worst game yet. The stats in terms of yardage and completions may not look as bad, but then you look at how many turnovers that were caused by him. 1 fumble, and then 3 interceptions. You just can't win games like that. You really can't. What do we get? Rattler, man, this game's on you. This game really on you. And I try hard not to put the blame on him because obviously this team just lacks playmakers left and right. But God, man, when you're throwing the game away like that just comes to you, man. First drive of the game, the Saints defense did a good job getting the Bears off the field. I thought, okay, that's a good start. Second, and then our very first drive, what do we do? Very first play, we fumble it. Rattler fumbles the ball. He tried to run off with it, but he got sacked, and then he loses the football. Run off the bat. And that led to 3 points by the Bears. After that, it was just bad. It was just the Bears defense manhandled us left and right. Rattler was under duress all the time. He was getting sacked left and right. The O-line was just not there. And yes, their O-line was a huge problem too today. It wasn't just him. But also drop passes were again becoming a problem left and right. This team on offense sucks. It just sucks. And I am just done with it. And they, of course, typical Saints, they give us a little false hope with that beautiful last drive in the first half that led to a Chris Olave touchdown. Chris Olave had a good day today. There's no doubt about that. He had 2 touchdowns today, and let me see how many yards he had. He had 98 yards today on 5 receptions and 2 touchdowns, which is actually a very good day today. So I really can't blame the game on him. He did what he had to do. But in terms of how the Saints play. They gave us false hope once again. Because after halftime ended, our first drive in the second half, we go down the field and score a touchdown, making it 20 to 14. I was like, okay, maybe we're not quite out of this. But no, they fooled us once again. They fooled us once again. They gave us all that false hope. The Bears drive down, get a field goal, and then eventually they drive down again for another field goal, and the defense could not stop the run. Let me see here. I think they allowed 200 yards rushing today. Is that correct? Let me see here. Rushing, 222 yards rushing today. That is sad. Deontay, is that his name? DeAndre Swift, had 124 yards rushing on 19 carries and 1 touchdown. And it just, the defense got burned just by the run game. And in fact, Caleb Williams only threw 172 yards today, no touchdowns, was 15 out of 26. So in terms of the passing game, they didn't burn us with the pass. They killed us with the run. And that's all they had to do was run the dang ball. That's all they did. Is run the ball, and we couldn't stop them. Like, we were a nosebleed. They could not stop a nosebleed to save their life. It was bad. My God. It's like, even though the game looks close from an eyeball perspective, but when you watch the game, it was not that close. Not by a long shot. We kept shooting ourselves in the foot too often and repeatedly. We are a bad team. We're a bad team. End of story. And I said it already. This team has no playmakers. And after I gave all the praise to Rattler for having one of his best games as a quarterback passer, or passing quarterback that is, he comes out and has his worst game this season. His worst game. I swear. I just can't do this anymore, man. We have to make serious changes to this team. This team cannot go on like this for the rest of this season looking and playing like this. I know this team is filled with holes. I think we all know this team is filled with holes, but something's got to give, right? Something's got to give. If I am Mickey Loomis, something's got to change. He's got to see that this team can no longer win. I pray to God that he has opened his eyes to the reality that not only did he sabotage this team to death after Sean Payton and Drew Brees left, he has done nothing to fix it, and now we're in this state. We're in this losing state where we cannot win games. And the Bears are beatable. They're beatable. They're a team that we could have beaten. Same thing with the Patriots last week. We could have beaten the Patriots. We could have beaten the Niners. We could have beaten the Cardinals. These are games we could have won, but Mickey Loomis himself gave us this roster. I swear, it makes me mad. I am so done with Mickey Loomis. I'm so done with him. He's got to go. Mickey Loomis has got to go. He has completely destroyed this team. And let me tell you, for someone who's been the Saints general manager since, the early 2000s? I don't know when he first started. I know he's been here for over 20 years. We're in today's NFL type of management, and his style of management just does not work anymore. I know he's the organization's most consistent winning manager, and that's why they're holding on him to dear life. But some things have to we have to just acknowledge that sometimes you need to have a fresh start. We started off with getting a head coach that is still under review. Kellen Moore is a work in progress. There's been some good things and there's been some bad things. We can't really, he's made some dumb calls, but he's also made some smart calls. So, he's working the kinks of being the head coach. So I really can't, say, toss him to the curb because he just got here. So, But the one thing that's so obvious is that Mickey Loomis will sabotage Kellen Moore's opportunity as a head coach the longer he stays here. The longer Mickey Loomis is our general manager, this team will never, ever, ever be competitive ever again. Simple as that. If I am Gail Benson and I see this, and I wish she would have the balls to do this, I wish she would finally pull the plug on Mickey Loomis. Because enough is enough. This is now year 5. We have not been to the playoffs. And yes, I figured this would be a downhill spiral given that we don't have Sean Payton anymore and we don't have Drew Brees no more. I think most of us knew that. But my God, has it been bad. It is abysmal to look at every single way. And this one just broke me because another winnable game and we still can't win. We just cannot get over that hump. We just can't. And we just don't have the playmakers on this team. Not a single player on offense and defense makes a difference on this team. I bet you, if you remove, say, Chris Olave from this team and brought in some nobody on this team, there wouldn't be much of a difference. Let's say you remove Demario Davis off the defense and you throw in somebody else, there'd be no difference. You remove Alvin Kamara from this team and you throw in, say, Devin Neal, no difference. I know using Devin Neal might be wild and kind of a hot take, and he just got here, so I can't really say. I'm just saying as an example. There are no playmakers on this team. We are not a team that can win. We might be stuck at maybe 2-3 wins max. I'm sorry, y'all. This game made me furious. Because it's like there's so many of these games that we could have won, and what's holding us back is talent. This team has no talent at all. There's nothing good about this team. There's no talent anywhere on this team. There might be some players here and there that are like, oh yeah, this guy could be good. This guy could be good. But it's consistency that just remains to be seen. No consistency with this team. Seriously, Gail Benson. I know you probably won't watch my channel. If you do, then great. I doubt it. You're probably gonna mainly hear from say Tim Duncan. Is that it? The guy for the Times-Picayune, or Nick Underhill, Mike Triplett, all those guys who are more locally known and or actual voice of the fandom speaking on minds. Seriously, Gail Benson, you have got to listen to the fans and start cleaning house. Start with Mickey Loomis. Fire everybody. Tom Benson did it when the team many years ago was just going nowhere. He had to clean house. And you just gotta start thinking about cleaning house. Start fresh. Because Mickey Loomis, his time here has to come to an end at some point. Because he is now becoming the cancer to this team. I swear, man, you're right, Maggie. Miss Gail Benson needs an intervention because something's gotta change. Something's gotta change at some point. Because we just can't be playing like this anymore. It's been 5 years. 5 years since we were last relevant. And for 5 years, we kept lying to ourselves. Okay, we just need a proper quarterback, and we're good. No. It's not the quarterback no more. Quarterback is now a part of the problem. Now, it's a whole team problem. Because there's nobody good on this team. Swear, man, we're in the dark ages right now. We're in the literal dark ages right now of the Saints. And while I'm sure there's going to be some fans in the fan base saying that, I bet there'll be some fans saying that at least we're in line for a top 5 draft pick Which, yeah, that's going to be great. Don't get me wrong. That's going to be really great. But I don't like being in this position. I really don't. I really don't like being in this position where we're in a line for a top 5 draft pick. I don't want to be the damn Cleveland Browns. I don't want to be the damn Tennessee Titans. I don't want to be, pardon my language, the fucking Atlanta Falcons. Like, pardon my language, y'all. This team has pissed me off so much. Like, you would think we had a blueprint just 5 years ago on how we could be a competent winning team, how we can get good players. And yet, we fumbled it so badly. Why? Because General Manager Mickey Loomis did not prepare for this. Simple as that. He did not prepare for this. He just rode the cocktails of Sean Payton and his success as a head coach, and Drew Brees, of course, he rode their cocktails so hard. He's like, yeah, we're good. We're good. We're gonna be just fine. We got nothing to worry about. 5 years later, we have no playoff appearances. 5 fucking years. Seriously. I'm so sorry for my language, y'all. I try not to curse on my channel, but I can't control myself. This team has pissed me off so much, man. Like, I prayed for the days that this would never come, but they have come. They have come. These days have come, and now I don't know when we're ever going to be good. I might be 50 years old. I'm 32 right now. I might be 50 years old before this team finally figures themselves out. Because look at the Browns. They have sucked their entire time as I've been alive. I've only seen them been good maybe 3 whole times. Maybe less than that. I don't know. I can't remember. At least the Lions were actually found themselves. Like, if we can be something like that, minus being dog crap for years, if we can be like the Lions and finally get ourselves a good coach and a good team, well, really just mainly a good coach. Hold up. Let me backtrack. Because they do have a good coach. Maybe for them, they have a good manager, a good general manager, so to speak. That's probably what I meant to say. Not a coach, a good general manager. Because it's, like I already said, we're still under review with Kellen Moore. I don't know what to expect from him right now. But we need a good general manager. This team needs it badly. And you're welcome, Maggie. Excuse me. Sorry. I'm just so mad right now I can't think. This team, man, it's seriously, man. I look at these other teams, they got it together, and they used to be terrible. Like the Lions, the Bears look like they might be on the rise again, even though we could have beaten them, but that's a different story for another day. And then Green Bay, they could have been bad, but they still find ways to be good. Commanders, they got rid of their owner. And now they're good again. It's like, I'm looking at these other teams, man. It's like, seriously, why can't we get something like that? Seriously. Look, I love Miss Gail Benson. She's the reason why the Saints are still in New Orleans. But my God, Gail Benson, you have got to step up as an owner. Take control of your team. This is your team that your deceased husband left behind. Seriously, this is your team. I'm tired of it, man. I'm just tired. I'm tired of losing every single year. I'm tired of, if we could just fix this, we'll be good. I'm tired of those scenarios. Get me playmakers that play well. Give me a manager that knows what the freaking hell he's doing. And please, for the love of God, please start winning games. Like, my good grief. I guess me being an Ole Miss fan, y'all know that right there. I should be glad that my Rebels are at least good, so that way I can forget about what's going to happen on Sundays. I should be glad. Like, even when Ole Miss lost this past Saturday to Georgia, at least it was close. I could respect that. I wasn't too overly upset. I was annoyed, but I wasn't upset because we only lost by 5. But with the Saints, every single week, man, I'm fed up. Just fed up. And you're right, Maggie. We could have had Dan Campbell. But, of course, we didn't know. We really didn't know he was going to be that kind of coach because after, I think we all remember his first year was not good. It was actually pretty bad. But then he figured something out and has worked since then. Now the Lions, surprisingly, have been one of the best teams in the NFL in the last 4 years, I think it's been. I forget how long he's been the coach there now. Pretty sure it's been 4 years. But seriously, missing out on coaches like that when you knew you had a bad coach in Dennis Allen to begin with set you behind so badly. And that's the other thing that makes me mad. I'm speaking of the devil, Dennis Allen. We lost to freaking Dennis Allen, man. We lost to freaking Dennis Allen. I didn't want to lose to Dennis Allen, one of the worst head coaches I've ever seen in a Saints uniform. We lost to Dennis Allen. And Dennis Allen gave us hell all day long on defense. And yes, I already mentioned he's one hell of a defensive coordinator. We all knew that. He was our defensive coordinator for a long, long time. Seriously, he was there for a long time, and it panned out so well. And part of the reason we were so good is because we had him as our defensive coordinator while we still had Drew Brees. That was like the perfect combination. And now, when it comes to him being the head coach, we all know what happened. He sucks. He can't handle a whole team. So he's just better off as a defensive coordinator. And that's why I think the Bears just got a steal in defensive coordinator. And that's why he kicked our sorry behinds so badly today. Man, oh man. I really, truly wanted Rattler to beat the snot out of Dennis Allen. And I was hoping Kendrick Miller too, but Kendrick Miller was out for the game for, I don't know what his injury was. I didn't catch that. I saw he was out for the game, which I was like, here we go again. Kendrick Miller and his injuries. Lasted this long, right? At least it lasted 7 weeks. But still, losing to Dennis Allen, that's a hard pill to swallow because you just realize you blessed him with his little revenge game. And I bet you he's going to be sitting back on his couch in Chicago, drinking probably whiskey or bourbon or something, thinking, I got my revenge on those ding-dong Saints. I didn't want that, man. I didn't want that. Gail could be a driving force in the NFL. I would love for her to step up in the shadow of other strong female hunt. Yeah, you could say that again. You could definitely say that again. It would be nice, but that's sadly not the case here. Really sad is not the case. At this point, I envy the Colts' new owner, who I believe is Jim Irsay's daughter, I think. Correct me if I'm wrong. But I've seen her taking action on the field, analyzing what the team is doing and how the whole team performs, and really the staff of the whole team. At least, that's an owner I can at least respect if she is the owner. I don't know if she really is or not, but because I've seen footages on Facebook, and when I was on Twitter, I saw it on Twitter as well. I was like, okay, that's interesting. That's very interesting. Why can't we have an owner like that? A hands-on kind of owner. Gail Benson, Gail Benson just right now strikes to me as she's not very hands-on. She's very lackadaisical and laid back, and that's a bad attitude, if you ask me. I don't recall Tom Benson being that laid back when he was alive. When he sees his team struggling, he takes action. Gail Benson ain't doing that. Like the only time for like when last season when I thought when after we fired Dennis Allen, because we found out it was all Gail Benson's idea, I was like, okay, finally she's taking action. But we still are in this state of we're still in this state of mediocrity. We're not even mediocrity, y'all. We're in trash zone right now. We're trash. Simple as that. And Gail Benson ain't doing nothing about it. And that's why I pray for the love of God. Please get rid of Mickey Loomis. I will do a hashtag every single day to say fire Mickey Loomis until that day comes. And do I think they're going to fire him? Probably not. Probably not, because I already mentioned he's the organization's most winningest manager. And that's the sucky part. The only thing that I could see him actually being gone is if he decides he's going to retire. And I would rather him retire if I know she won't fire him, so we better hope he just retires soon. Even I don't know when he's going to do that. Like, I really don't. And I still love this team, man. I still love this team. And it just pains me to see them in this state. And I know I'm not like most Saints fans where they witness way worse seasons than me, because I grew up with the best of the Saints, like literally the Saints' most historically best teams. I'm thankful for that, but my God, this is tough. This is tough, but I'm a die hard for life, and I'm not giving up on this team, but it's going to be painful for the rest of this year. And that's really all I got. Feel free to comment below, see what your thoughts are about this state of the team. I'll gladly answer it for y'all. But I guess let me just go ahead and switch screens so we can look over the Saints, how the Saints did today. I mean, I kind of just went over that long, lengthy rant. But give me 1 second, guys. Let me switch over 1 second. Okay, there we go. All right. So, Saints lose 26-14. And as I already mentioned, the big backbreaker for this game was the run game. We only had 44 yards running. 44. Compared to their 222. Yikes. And look at the passing. We had more passing at 209 while they only had 164. Like, that is wild to me. And like Rattler, in terms of passing, had more yards than freaking Caleb Williams. Rattler had 233 yards passing compared to Caleb Williams for 172. But the key thing, as I already mentioned earlier, was the 3 interceptions plus that 1 fumble. And Caleb Williams had 1 interception early in the game, and that was it. Like, Caleb Williams didn't do nothing. All he had to do was rely on that running game in which they knew we could not stop. Like, Alvin Kamara had a whopping 28 yards on the day. Just 28 yards running. That is pitiful. DeAndre Swift had 124 yards on 19 carries, and he had a touchdown. Like, in terms of receiving, we definitely had the better receiving core today. I already mentioned Chris Olave had 5 receptions for 98 yards and 2 touchdowns compared to DJ Moore, who had 43 yards and 3 receptions. Like, if you take away those interceptions and those turnovers and the sacks, in the sacks, you take away that, this game would have been so much different. Because the Bears in terms of passing didn't do anything. But they had a field day in the run game. It was bad. It was bad, man. So, And what's a crying shame is that this team has been noticeably better with the penalties. I think we're starting to get down on our penalties per game. Let's see, how many penalties did we have today? We had only 5 penalties compared to their 10. So it's like this team is getting a lot more disciplined, which is good. But we're still making the same stupid mistakes over and over, and it's just the same repeating mistakes over and over again. Like that is losing formula altogether. This team just cannot do it. Even when we're making little mental mistakes, and I'm not expecting to have a clean game every single week, but if you have less than 5 penalties, that's a win in my book. But the key thing is we lost this game flat out, pure and simple, on a game where we could have beaten the Bears, or at least kept up with the Bears, at the very least. Like that, we held the Bears pretty well for the most part, but all in all, not a good day. Just not a good day, y'all. With that being said, I think I might wrap it up here. Thank y'all for tuning in today. Oh, I just realized I'm on the wrong screen, but yeah, whatever. Yeah, thank y'all for tuning in. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I'm sorry for the lengthy, long rant because I had a lot to say, and I just hope somebody in the Saints organization comes across this video. Like, that would be ideal. So, yeah, all in all, let's just hope something changes, because there's just no way this team can go on looking like this for the rest of the season. Something has to change. I don't know what, but something has to change. Yeah. Anyway, y'all have a great day. I'll be posting, not posting. I'll be doing more live streams as per usual later this week, and I'll do more episodes and probably more shorts at some point. And we just go from there. So, in the meantime, try and keep our sanity, Who Dat Nation. Who Dat for life.